Hey guys, it's Gary coming back to you here, and wanted to just make another kind of an update video, let you know what's going on, and kind of do a mix here of some machine install activity from the past week and just some shop update stuff. So we got these two guys. This is a G-Force 2.5 machine, 3 kilowatt, that's going to go down to Florida. And then we got G-Force 1 back in the corner back there that's going to Ohio. This press brake goes with that one, and that one's also getting a press brake. They're both getting the air compressors. So we got to get all that organized and get that ready to load up. But as you can see, somebody watching this video, maybe hopefully multiple people watching this video, will eventually come and stay here with me. And this is kind of working out pretty cool. 3-story living area. Well, really 2 stories with a loft up there at the very top. And it's gonna have like right around 2,000 square feet. So enough for 3 or 4 people, you know, maybe 5 can squeeze in there, but it should be pretty cool. And you know, you basically walk right out of the door right into the shop. And that side over there is gonna be the training demo area, so forth. You can see we got the big door in. That's a 20 by 20. I was kind of surprised to see how this turned out. It's not exactly what I had in mind, but you know, it is what it is. So this past week, I went up to Wichita Falls and installed a laser, and let's take a look at it. So this was last Sunday at the shop, getting loaded up there with the 3 kilowatt enclosed space saver machine. And then here we are Monday morning, just about to head out as the guys were showing up to work on the building. And then so, you know, it's about a 3-hour drive up to Wichita Falls, Texas, up to the Lund Motorsports guys. And then here was a look at the
that air ride, having to put in some work.
Good. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Might have to lean forward a little.
So I had to pass through downtown Dallas and hit some traffic and various things. Also had to go through Fort Worth to get to these guys. And so we got back in there. It's about 1 o'clock Monday. And you see, they asked me to hug the left side, or the left side as you're looking at it here, the driver's side of the truck, basically. And holy cow, I got it back in there super close to the left, hugging the left side so that they had good access with the forklift on the right side as we're looking at it.
Forward is better. Any more forward you can come, the better. You're forward in. Come in. Keep coming. Keep coming. 2 more. All right, whoa. Lean back some. Yeah, your back's in my lift. Take something that hang up. All right, you're free.
Seems like it's heavy on that side.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, so kind of skipping ahead in the action here. As it turned out, that forklift would not quite get this laser lifted up. I think it had plenty of hydraulics for it. It was just the weight of how much of the weight, you know, is cantilevered out. So we ended up with a strap around the top of it. And you can see here the lift cylinder putting a little bit of hydraulic fluid on the ground. And then we had the back of it back there. You can see there's a skid steer helping on that one corner. So we got the machine, you know, all hooked up, fired up, and noticed an air leak with the pneumatics inside the machine, and that's Adam there, the new owner of this laser, in there kind of digging around, and he actually identified it and got it figured out. So here's a little pan around look of his shop. Again, I'm filming some of this with the narrow format, you know, for Facebook and Instagram, so it makes kind of crappy YouTube looks, but as you can see, super chill environment right here. I mean, we're taking naps, we just kicking back, but the laser's up and running, you know, fired up, everything's going good with it. And I'm gonna be back up there. I only spent one full day of training with them because they right now are only focused on 14 gauge hot rolled steel. And they have got this contract or this agreement with someone locally, as you can see some of the parts here that they're cutting on it and bending, to cut 1,600 sheets of this per month for some cattle feeder machines. And so right now that's primarily all they're cutting, but I'm going to go back soon. We're going to get there. They're getting 3-phase power. They're going to get the air compressor on. So we'll be working on that. All right. So wrapping up the Lund Motorsports, we'll give you another look at that. When I go back up there, I'll get a lot more footage. They got some really cool vehicles that they're working on, and some stuff that they've done there. Very, very high quality work. So we'll look at that more, but just kind of picking back up on the shop update stuff. So when I got back, this door was installed, and from that laser install, and it had been several months, like maybe 6 months or even longer, since I had a discussion with the builder guys, you know, the construction guys, about this door. And I was pretty shocked to pull in and see it as a not a roll-up door, but I don't know what you call this, garage door style, and it's white on the outside, and the building is actually brown. So you guys may remember on the front of this building right here, I had a brown 16 by 16 roll-up door. I kind of thought it was going to be the same thing, but just bigger. This is 20 by 20 here. And so they were kind of explaining to me that, you know, that kind of door is available, but very problematic. It's just too big and will give you lots of problems down the road. So they made the decision to go with this, and we'll paint the outside of it. And I may come and do something here with these, what do you call that? Like unistrut type of brackets that they used. You know, it's kind of just leaves you with a rough, unfinished look. Obviously with lasers and press brakes and stuff, I could build something, you know, cool to hang those on and give it some adjustment as well. So anyway, the door works great. And I do have I did spend the money for an opener on this one. I did not have an opener on that one. And by the way, the door that was there is now right there going out the back, just flipped around the other way. So that worked out good. So we'll just open this up now. Get more light in here and we can see what's going on. So also, while I was gone, the guys got the end of the old shop torn down, and you can kind of see where the old shop was here now. This was, you know, this little ramp area right here was leading into my older, you know, 10-foot roll-up door here, and then right here was the walk-through door, man door, that had my sign on it, and that door is right there. The swing ended up being the opposite way on this one, so I'm just going to take my sign off and put it on this one here. But yeah, so that was the end of the old building right there. And I was going to leave all this like completely wide open right here going in there, kind of like we did this one. I really like how this worked out on this one. But here's the thing. I have air conditioning in this section of the shop. My old shop, you know, this whole area was all air conditioned with super thick spray foam. And so they kind of brought up the idea of, you know, what about just go ahead and framing this out? here. And so I'm gonna end up putting another residential style garage door here that will slide straight up on track. So I won't have any more, track stuff out here. And so that, the thought process is that, if we're working on machines in the dead middle of summer, we can drag them in here, and work on them, work on them in here with the AC. Probably do something different with the outlet of the AC, and may even move it. Certainly get rid of this gravity feed and go with the lift pump style condensation removal. So this is, I've kind of had a bunch of stuff. This is, my old shop where you guys, many of you that saw me making stuff in videos, this was it. And it's just been jam packed up here like this for, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months, whatever it's been. And you can see my lathe and grinder right there, and my mills and stuff, and my when they tore this down this week, I got most of it cleaned out, but there was some stuff in there, and now it's kind of just in here in the floor. But you see I got a couple of CNC servo brakes in here and the tooling that goes with them, and all these big boxes are air compressors, so I'll be loading a couple of those up. And then this is kind of getting you back into the back part of the shop. Some of you kind of remember that metal storage area right there. And then here's my old workbench. As you can see, I've been grabbing stuff, using it, and then not putting it back. So we got a big mess. And I have at times needed to wire up something on single phase, like 220 volt, like a press brake or something, to test it out. I had one guy come and want to, get training on it here when he came and picked it up. So I just tapped into that panel and got 220 volt off of it. And I still don't have 3-phase power back. I've been asking the guy, my electrician, that awesome guy that did the original wiring on this one. And he came and decommissioned the wiring in this part of the building that we're in here. You can see this is where my old meter was. So anyway, so now this, my single phase and 3-phase panels were right here in this wall, in this corner. We're just going to move them up to that corner, which is actually closer to the pole. A couple of 8-foot CNC servo brakes for sale. I got one guy kind of kicking the tires hard on one of those. And then Austin Lanier had sent me a message as well about one. But anyway, speaking of that, I showed in a recent video a green and white press brake I had back here that I had taken a controller off of it and stuff, and said if somebody wanted, I'd make them a deal. So I made a deal with Rogue Gear Works up in Grants Pass, Oregon. And let's take a look at their machine. They got it and it's running. Worked through some startup delays, couple of issues, maybe 2-3 week setback, but I believe they're happy with it and it's going good now. So that's Vanessa and John at Rogue Gear Works up in Oregon. And this is a cool product that they make. And she was actually bending up the seat mounts here for these raft frames that they make. Very cool. So I want to, here's a quick question for you guys. Obviously you can kind of see that I've done this concrete in various stages and sections, and now it doesn't exactly blend that well. For the most part, it's pretty decent in most areas. But we do have this area right here that's got a pretty big lip on it. And I'm curious what you guys would do about this. Leave me a comment, let me know what you're thinking. My idea is to have them come in here and come about 24 inches out from that ledge and just cut it all the way around. and jackhammer it out. You guys might remember this right here. I had a drainage pipe going around, the perimeter of the building because I had water getting into this area. So this is a drainage pipe here covered with some C-channel that I also built and fabricated some rebar into it so it would stay in there. But, and that way if I came and cut 24 inches out around it, I could get that out of there as well and really kind of fix up this whole area. But if I cut 24 inches back here like this and then just re-pour it and then have a gradual slope, it's extra work and extra money. But in the long run, having this, be a smooth transition, it's not going to be a lot of in and out with bigger machines and things, so it's not too big of a deal, but it's definitely a tripping hazard. I mean, I even know it's here, and I've tripped on it a couple of times, just kind of walking around out here, looking around at something or not paying attention or backing up. At a minimum, I'd want to paint it, So the other option is, I could have a grinder come out here and just grind back a little smooth transition, and I'm not sure what kind of machines are available, but either way, that's not going to be cheap either. So, and then I'd be left with, sort of a exposed aggregate area, which is not that big of a deal. I don't really mind that. I could also do something in steel, like make some kind of a steel plate, that's going all the way around it and paint it yellow. There's options there. I don't know what the best one is. So anyway, hey, check this out. The guy that did my original pinstripe logo 10 years ago is Tex Effects up in Sanger, Texas, which is where Matt, my son, lives. And so I recently took this machine to him, and I'll show you in a minute, but you see how nice the lettering pops on that. The standard lettering that I went with just did not do justice to the real cool look of this overall machine. And I was kind of made a joke about this on social media, but what I asked to be put on here was the model number, the part number, catalog number that I'm going to use for these, class of machines. And so I wanted it to say 6 kilowatt, fast and fun, because it is fast and it is super fun. And that, we started on this end, and by the time we got down here, we ran out of space and we had to shorten it to this. So anyway, I fooled a few people by saying that, and I didn't mean to. I thought everybody would know that, we would not make a mistake like that. This was on purpose, and yeah, you get it. And so he did this also. This guy's got more talent in his pinky than I've ever had in my entire life, as far as, being artistic with being able to do some cool stuff. But so this is hand done here. A lot of the lettering and outlining, the lettering he painted on there, and then he did some airbrushing on the lettering to kind of create a fade at the bottom to dark and a fade at the top to light, just to kind of make it pop a little more. And then this is just hand pinstriping work here. You can see his logo, Tex Effects, right there. And then I had him do this because whoever gets this machine, we'll do something pretty cool, ceremonial. This is the first 6 kilowatt G-Force machine. So I know somebody will be super pumped to get it. So as soon as we get, the reason it's sitting over here, as soon as I get my 3-phase panel back in this wall over here, we'll get this bad boy hooked up and get a look at it. I thought I'd show you this. This is upside down. I built this about a couple weeks ago, and the guys here from the construction crew, BJ and Jason, they helped me with it because I haven't fabricated anything and welded anything in quite some time, And so I used one of their stick welding rigs because obviously I can't use my welder out here yet. And, you know, you might be able to see some differences in the welds. I did all these across the top right here. I think we were burning 7018s. And then one of the guys, Billy, did this and that. Pretty nice work. So what is this? Well, you're gonna have to see. It's upside down right now, and then here's a couple of winch plates that my buddy Chris Dudley laser cut for me and sent to me, because obviously I can't laser cut anything now. It's gonna get flipped over the other way, and I got a couple of 13,000-pound winches that are going on it. So you have to you know, kind of leave that one to the imagination and see what it is in an upcoming video. It'll be pretty cool. So I got these in. Matt went down and well, actually I got half of them. He got the other half. We had to make 2 trips on these. These are cool because they're, I've sold a couple of these. I'll show you some video of one. The guy's making some cool stuff. But these are 4-foot, 45-ton Fabricator series press brakes. And they've got the touchscreen CT8 controller like a lot of the other ones. Inexpensive, you know, affordable brakes for guys that are just, you know, running fab shops that need to do some basic bending. They come with segmented punches and then also a segmented 4-way lower die. And then it's European style tooling. So, you know, any European style tooling will work, obviously, if the sizing's right for these smaller machines. So these are 19,000 delivered. And if you go to benforcebrakes.com, you can see it on there. I think I've got maybe 2 or 3 of these are sold. I've got deposits on them. Guys are building shops and things, and you know, just need them held. So anyway, I can't think of really too much else to show you. It's nice to finally have it all closed in. It is, and I've spent some time here the last couple of days, and it's Sunday today, and I'm gonna get out here and do some more with it. But I bought this, and I think it's gonna work for now. We'll just have to kind of keep an eye on it. I don't know if you guys have ever, you know, noticed how concrete floors, when they're new, they just continue to put off dust, you know, that comes up out of the floor. And so I got this. It's like $150 on Amazon, and it actually works surprisingly well. And it's just you know, these guys are where you can get up next to an edge, and it sort of throws the dirt up into the middle. And then you got this hopper here and a brush down there that just sweeps it up. You can see the thing is completely coated in that white, gray, concrete, cream dust, whatever you call it. So I think I am gonna stop working on this for right now, and I don't know when I'll pick back up on it. We're gonna do a few little things, but I wanted to get that frame up so we could go ahead and sheet the outside of it and get that part done, you know, with the metal, with the shop guys, Jason and his guys. But so I was gonna just show you you know, it's super nice to finally have some level of security and privacy here, especially now with this being open. It goes right into the living area, and you know, with no controlled access into it. So these are my super cool doors that Chris Dudley built for me. They're hydraulic, and we got the glass in there. They're still working on the glass. Obviously, you can see we have a little mishap right there. But these tracks that are holding it in with, you know, there need to be a little bit more work on getting those to fit in there. So anyway, there's gonna be a hydraulic lift, and these are gonna operate on a 50-50 design. So they're hinged. You can see where they're hinged at and where they pivot at. So the whole pivot moves up in the track. So they basically will hinge and pivot and 50% of it will be on the inside, 50% on the outside. So it just, gives you a little, takes up less space on the inside and outside, and it, there's less leverage. Like they make this style door where the whole thing opens to the outside, completely cantilevered out and leveraged out. And obviously that wouldn't, that creates some separate challenges. But anyway, so the 4-foot fabricator brakes, I've mentioned, I've sold a couple of those so far, and guys are really putting those things to work, making some cool stuff. So we're going to wrap up this video and show you a little bit about what the guys are making with the 4-foot brakes. And if you're interested in that, it's benforcebrakes.com.